101 Essential with Attitude, super duper morning show. We got some special guests joining us in the building from the cabinet of the governor, I would say. Yeah. Yes. Got to say good morning to my good friend, Whitney Murray. Good morning, Whitney. How you doing?
Good morning, Super. Good morning, listeners.
That's right. She is here. And also we're joined by Mr. Garrick Richardson. Good morning, Garrick. How you doing?
Good morning, Super. How are you?
I'm good. Thanks for asking. So let's talk a little bit about why you guys are here. So we know the Governor Symposium is coming up in October. And this is a special edition, right?
Yes, this is a special edition because normally the Governor Symposium is held in June. However, His Excellency decided to host this symposium on October 10th, so the day that we actually became country St. Maarten.
Okay.
So this is indeed a special edition.
Absolutely, absolutely. 15 years since we've been a country, right?
Yes, 15 years.
So tell us a little bit about, what can we expect with this upcoming symposium? Actually, first of all, what is the symposium all about? Because they just hear, okay, it's the Governor's Symposium. Sounds very fancy. Sounds very like upper echelon. Like, is this something for me? Can the average person tune in? And is this enlightening and insightful for them as well?
Yeah, so it's definitely something for us. So it's something for St. Maarten, for the people of St. Maarten. And the idea of the Governor's Symposium is indeed to bring out that information, educate persons, and also try to make changes in policies as well, right? So the government also plays a specific role in it as well, as we have government's perspective on the topic itself, but then we also have speakers who will delve further into the topic. And this year, as I said, it's 15 years, and the governor decided to host the symposium about our autonomous status within the kingdom, looking at the achievements, the lessons learned, and also the prospects going forward.
Okay. And every year, Whitney, I know he chooses, the governor chooses a different theme, right? Like I know last year was about slavery. The year before, I think, was the orange economy. Yeah,
really good.
Right. So who goes about choosing the thing? Is it the governor himself?
The governor himself.
Okay, His Excellency.
Yes,
okay.
Governor Bailey. In the past, it would have been Governor Holiday at the time. They think about the teams themselves, I guess, based on what's current, what's happening. And just trying to keep it relevant, bridging, the cross-community sectors. You mentioned like who's the Governor Symposium for. It is for everyone.
Right.
It may seem like it's not, and I think that's why we're also here to spread awareness about its purpose.
And I think the year before, not the year, but like 2 or 3 years before, was on energy. I remember that one as well.
It was in energy, yes, exactly.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah. So the purpose of it is to, like you said, bridge the gaps. But is it something that maybe, once the governor finishes the symposium, these are things that, maybe the government can take some elements from it and say, you know what, maybe this is what we should add to the governing program. And
that's exactly it, because it calls for changes in policies. Once we hear the experts talk, say, well, okay, what kind of ways can we implement this? And that's for the government then to do. So at the end of the symposium, the committee, of which I am the chair, and Whitney is also part of the committee, and we have other persons like Mr. Jesse Solomon, Ms. Cassandra Jansen, Ms. Melanie Schwazi, and also Mr. Emilio Camera, as well as the adjutant of the governor, Ms. Ariane Linda Ayer. So together, at the end, we have to also present His Excellency with recommendations based on what was said in the symposium, during the symposium.
Interesting.
And then those are presented to government, and government then, can choose to see where they will implement or take over what to implement it.
Right. Yeah. Okay. All right. So the Governor's Symposium this year is scheduled for what date?
October 10th.
October. So the exact day of
the exact day
of 10/10/10. Okay. And usually the public is also invited, but it's a very short list, right?
Yes. So the public is invited. We have already sent that out, and we are here also encouraging the public to send an email or via the Facebook page of the governor to send that they are interested in coming, and then afterwards they will receive a response as well as regards that, because we want to ensure that indeed it's not like you said, only these type of persons, but it's for everyone. It will also be live streamed as well, so we ensure that the public, the region, and also the world can also see it as well.
Now you also invite the public because you have a call to action as well.
Yes, we do.
So tell me a little bit about this call to act. I think is this the first time you're doing it for the symposium?
Yeah. So this year, I think the organizing committee tried to, just do a little bit more innovative stuff. And one of those things that we did was the podcast, as we briefly mentioned before, and involve the community and the youth, actually, specifically. We've done the call to action where we asking the nation to please send in your voice notes with based off of a question that was posed. I'll come back to that in a second. That is still open. We would like everyone to consider answering that question and sending your voice notes to a number 587-0047. Or if you don't want to use voice note, you want to type, you could send a text message. You can also email to secretary@kabgsxm.com. I'll repeat that at the end of this interview again. But we have that call to action, and then we've also asked the youth within our community through the schools and Teen Times to
collaborate with us, and we have basically a creative contest.
Okay.
So what we did is that we sent His Excellency actually sent emails or letters actually to the schools requesting the schools to participate, and we will now receive those submissions, and then there will be a choice as to which submission is a selection made, which one is the best, and those students are also going to be invited to the symposium as well.
Okay.
And we intend to also feature. It depends on what kind of creative art they choose.
Right.
But we are also going to feature that at the symposium itself.
Okay.
Yes.
So what does the voice note or the email has to entail? Because again, it's for the the governor, and it's not like, hey Gov, what's going on? It's not like a friendly chit chat type of thing.
No.
It's more like you mentioned, there's a question that's asked, and you want their feedback, right?
Yes. So the question that was asked is, how has St. Maarten, being a country within the kingdom for 15 years, affected your daily life? And what do you hope for country St. Maarten? So I think this is the way how we encourage people to think along. I think a lot of people have a lot to say. This is an opportunity. I see it as personally, and I would love to encourage everyone to please, just take a moment to reflect on what 10-10-10 has meant to you over the past 15 years and how you envision us going forward. If it's not for yourself, you have kids, you probably have grandkids, just to help us think along.
Yeah.
Okay. And these submissions that you get, the ones that you choose, they're going to be featured in the upcoming podcast, which kicks off today.
Yeah,
actually,
right. If I'm not mistaken, the
trailer,
that's the correct word, yes, just dropped.
Yes, it did.
As it regards the episode 1 the podcast, and the podcast series, the name is actually Autonomous Conversations.
Okay.
It's hosted by Miss Catherine Connor. She is a legend civil servant. She has also experienced the transition as well, from island territory to country St. Maarten, and indeed the first episode is coming out today.
Okay.
So later today, the full episode will be shown.
Right.
However, the trailer is already out. And the intention with the podcast and the voice notes is that in episode 3, the voice notes will be played, and also the host will comment on these voice notes.
Interesting.
And then next week we have another podcast, so that's episode 2, where we're looking really at what is country St. Maarten, what is this status, what can we do and what can we not do in this status. So very factual, but we make sure that everybody can really listen, engage, and understand it as well. So they're also not very long podcast series either, episodes.
So the podcast, they're visuals, so they're videos actually.
As well, correct.
Okay.
And I want to go into that because as a committee, we realized that speaking to some of the members of the past advisory committee, I think something that as a country we don't really have much of is documentation really of what took place, what is not sure we have, but a lot of the pivotal things that is important for in the future, we don't really have much of. So I really take pride in the fact that we came up with the podcast series, because that is going to be lasting.
Okay.
You know,
Nice.
You're giving platform to people who were actually involved with the transition, and so I'm really proud of that new. How you say?
Innovation. In a sense.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I just would like to run over the topics of the symposium because it's also connected to the podcast as well. But for instance, we're going to look at the constitutional changes, so pre-10-10-10. We're also going to look at what you hear often about these consensus kingdom laws, but we're going to make it very understandable for everyone, not just too legalistic. We're also looking at the economic development and fiscal management of St. Maarten, but also small island developing states as well. And then we also want to look at kingdom relations, collaboration, challenges, and future prospects within this kingdom that we fall part of, right? And then we're also looking at the people, so the cultural and societal dimensions of this autonomy that we have. And we as a committee, but also His Excellency, we also looked at the northern perspective on the southern autonomy. And when we say that,
interesting.
We're talking about the French side, right? Because we share a landmass as well, right? And they also had a new status a little before us, in 2007. So those are things. And then we also have the keynote speaker of the 15 Years of Constitution, and he will be bringing it, the person will be bringing it all together. With all the topics that were mentioned. Okay. I can tell you who one or actually two of the speakers will be, but the rest, that will come a little later. But for the kingdom relations and collaboration, we're actually, again, innovation, being a bit more innovative, we're actually going to host a fireside chat with two ladies who have been instrumental in kingdom relations. And those two ladies are Mrs. Maria van der Sluis-Plans, who was recently at the Kingdom Council of State, and she's now part of the Integrity Chamber Board. And then we also have Miss Jorina White. Oh, nice. Who was former minister, but also former minister plenipotentiary of St. Maarten in the Netherlands as well. So
okay, nice. So
and also member of the second chamber. Correct.
This is should be interesting. So I've seen the last three symposiums, and like I said, they were very, very well put together. I was very impressed to see the level of not only of what's being discussed, but just the production and everything. And it's really, really shows that we have a lot of talent, and when we all come together as a collective, we could put some really, really good things together.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So now His Excellency and the cabinet, besides because everybody will look at the governor and says, that's just a position where he goes and he just talks and gives speeches or whatnot. But things like the symposium, and he does some other interesting projects as well, which engages with the public, right? Yeah. What are some of the other things that His Excellency does on his agenda? So
we have throughout the year the King's Day reception, which is done to celebrate
the birthday of the King, but also royal decorations.
Oh, right.
That's also something for the community, actually by the community, because people are supposed to...
We're the ones that nominate
persons from within the community for decorations, a royal decoration. You have that. There has been in the past a Youth Excellence Award. That's also something that Governor Bailey is looking into bringing back. What else? I think that's about it. The New Year's reception is kind of more of a formal something, but that's also community. We have members from within the communities that are invited to listen to the governor's New Year's speech. But
all right. So looking forward to this upcoming symposium. It's on 10-10-10.
Yes.
So that's on
10-10-25.
10-10-25. Sorry, we're talking about 10-10-10 on 10-10-25.
Love it.
And that's going to be on a Sunday.
No, that's a Friday actually.
It's a Friday.
It's a Friday actually.
All right, because the Monday I was thinking about the off day because
the 13th of October.
Thank you, Governor. So the 13th we're off on a Monday, right? So it's on a Friday.
It's on a Friday. It's from 8 a.m. for invited and registered guests only. free. So please, I'd like to implore on you, if you are interested, please send us an email, just indicating, you would like to attend, maybe give a little motivation as to why you'd like to attend. And so we can add you, confirm your registration, and add you to our invited guest list. You can do that by sending an email to Cabinet. That's Cabinet with the K, the Dutch way, KABINET at KABGSXM.com. All this information is also available on the Facebook page from the Governor of Sint Maarten. It's just an easy input, Governor of Sint Maarten, and you'll come across all of this information that we're also sharing at this time. But yes, please, really, I encourage people to really make use of this opportunity, despite what it may look like or sound like. This is for us, by us.
I would like to just jump in on that part. So also, like Whitney just mentioned, it's for us, by us. This cast is completely a local cast.
Strictly
all the
local.
Speakers are strictly local in that sense.
Local.
They're from here.
They're from here. There's no one else to worry about that.
And it's really a moment for us to really look at what did we achieve in 2010, what has transpired, and how do we move forward, right? It's just a moment of reflection, and that is what the governor stated in the beginning. A moment of reflection as to what do we have here,
right,
and how are we going to move forward? Because we have this separate status, this constituent state within the Kingdom of the Netherlands. But how is it really happening on the ground as well? And that's why we say, for us, by us, and it's about the people, it's about their experiences, and that's why this type of innovation with the voice notes and so. We just want to hear and also in the end be able to put out the recommendations.
Right.
Yes.
So the podcast also ends after the symposium. So there's going to be a last episode where we will bring everything together, and also the parts of the recommendations will be presented as well.
Got it. All right. Well, thank you guys for joining us today. One more question. It might be classified, but when it comes to His Excellency the Governor, and when it comes to selecting the topic, every year when it comes to the symposium, how does he come about that? Is it something that's pitched to him? Does he come up with it by himself? Like I said, I don't know if it's classified. I don't know if
it's probably classified.
I would say it's definitely classified because we have never had a discussion.
He just comes. This is what we're doing.
Right on the ball. I don't know how he comes by it, but he comes up with his topic. And so far, I have been, intrigued. The teams have been right on. They have been relevant. Last year, I think, how much years were we celebrating the slavery thing? Well, not celebrating, that's wrong.
It was.
But it was a couple.
Yeah.
So the year before that was orange economy. I think then the topic was also super, super relevant. I don't know how he do it. I can't explain it, but I would say let's keep the secret a secret. Let's keep the secret a secret so that he can continue coming up with great teams that should somehow somewhere impact us all.
It's relevant to the community, it's relevant to the time as well, and he also ensures that the persons on the committee are also linked to the topic to make sure that the topic in itself can come to fruition for the symposium, and that has a lasting effect as well.
Well, there you go. Thank you guys. Don't forget to check out the podcast. The first episode drops today, so you can find out where on YouTube,
on the Governor's Facebook page. The full version is also going to be on the YouTube page. We'll redirect it to the FB page. But like I said, everything can be found on the Governor's Facebook page. I think that is the most accessible way. If someone doesn't have a Facebook page and wants to come across the video or the podcast series in itself, they can maybe ask the Cabinet, and we'll make it available. So it's not limited to, I would say. And
we always say, share. We're going to be sharing it via WhatsApp.
Definitely.
And other social media platforms. You come across it, indeed, just share it.
Sharing is caring.
All right, absolutely. Well, thank you guys for joining us, Whitney and Garrick, for joining us today.
Thank you for having us.
And giving us a little bit more insights on the symposium and, how it comes about. Before you leave, though, I have one more question for you, and maybe you could take this back to His Excellency. What is your favorite foreign cuisine to eat?
I already answered.
Yeah?
Yes.
Oh, you did in the comments?
Yes, I already answered.
Oh, yes, butter chicken, naan. Yes, Indian food. Okay. And you, Garrick?
I give you very good price.
Italian pasta.
Italian for you.
Yeah.
All right. And can you answer on behalf of His Excellency?
No, we cannot.
Well, thank you guys for joining us. And keep up the great work. All right.
Thank you for having us.
And looking forward to the symposium. Ladies and gentlemen, 101 The Station with the Attitude, Super Duper Morning Show.